Welcome to the podcast. It's Mr. Ish. We're here at Kips Bay Boys and Girls Club, Codere Clubhouse. And we're gonna try something new today. We're gonna see what's their interviewing skills, if they have any. So we're gonna do 3 at a time. Ask me a question, then we're gonna pause it, and we're gonna jump in and 3 more at a time. And let's just see what questions they come up with. So I don't even want to ask you your name. Just you could just jump right in. You could tell me your name and ask the question. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah.
My name is Mark, and my question for Mr. Itch is, what's your favorite color?
Right now, I should just throw you off the podcast. That to me was the worst question ever that you could ask.
Okay.
Because it doesn't say anything about me.
Okay.
Absolutely not. And I don't understand if you've been here in a podcast. I'm pretty sure I've said this before, right, Andrew? Yeah. To me, that's the worst question that you could ask. So for you get the bomb. Get out of here. Next.
Hi, my name is Ronald Torres.
Okay. What's your question for me?
I don't have no question.
All right, you're out of here. Next.
My name is Zaire, and my question is, if you had to say how hard your job is working with kids, how hard would it be from a skill?
If I had to rate it?
Yeah.
I have 2 jobs. I've told you guys before.
Oh, yeah,
So in school, my job with kids, I would rate it in 1 to 10 difficulty. I'll give that about a 9. In Kids Bay, from 1 to 10 difficulty, I think that this is I'm a little more experienced here, and I have a little more say so. So I think over here it's a little easier for me. Plus, I'm not a group leader, so I don't have to deal with you all the time, the same people. So I think that over here, 1 or 2. It's not difficult here at all. What I do is fun and it's not difficult at all. Well, thank you very much. Next 3. We're back. All right, let's see what questions these guys got.
My name is Mason and I'm 9.
Okay, Mason, what's your
My
question?
question is,
That's a long ass there, buddy. What's your question? That's too much gap in between.
how many family members do you have?
How many family members do I have? I gotta count my mother's side, my father's side, and
wow.
the people that I
The
think
people
are
that you
family
know.
members. I know too many. I got 27 cousins that I know of.
Wow.
So that's already 27. I got 5 people that live in my household. I got 2 adopted sisters. Like, you telling me to do math and algebra right now. Like, I got tons of family members. I got family members I like. I got family members I don't like. So you're giving me I would say I probably have easily over 40 family members. I don't know.
Sounds like Shape of a Dozen. Like, have you seen the movie Shape by the Dozen?
No, the dozen is not 40. Oliver, you have your chance. Next question.
My name is Royce, and I'm 10.
Welcome, Royce.
And my question is, do you have children, and is it hard to be a dad?
It's always hard to be a parent. I mean, you could imagine all the frustrations that you give your parents. So you could imagine that. I have 3 children. I have 2 boys. 2 boys. I have 2 girls and 1 boy. And it's fun. I think my son was the most fun just because he's a boy and it was my first child. But now that my daughters are getting a little older and they into a lot of the stuff that I'm into, music and podcasting and doing stuff with cameras and stuff like that, I'm really enjoying that also. Good question.
Thank you.
My name is Oliver and I'm 9 years old. My question is, I actually have 2. Can I see 2?
No, you have 1.
What is like your daily routine? Like, just like asking. Just wanna know.
My daily routine is waking up.
I know.
I love waking up. My daughters ask me every day, what's the best part of your day? I say, waking up. I said, because when you get to my age, waking up is very important. I can't do nothing if I don't wake up.
Like your entire daily routine, like.
I'm up by 5:15 in the morning. I'm out my house about 6 o'clock. I go to school. I look for parking. I start at 7 or 6:50 something. And then I'm there to 2:30. Then I'm rushing over here to find parking to work over here from 3 to 6:30. Then I go home and I should be home by 7. So I'm basically out the house from 6 in the morning to 7 o'clock at night, Monday to Friday.
Well, like, is there like anything that you eat during your daily routine? Like,
All right, you're trying to do follow-up questions. I'm not doing follow-up questions.
all right. right.
But thank you very much. That was a good question.
Yeah.
Next. And we're back. 3 more. Let's go. What's your name? What's your question?
So, my name is Elena, and my question is like, you know how we have activities at Cafe? Which ones do you think should maybe be taken away or aren't your favorite types of activities?
Video games. I think video games right off the back at any time should be taken away from after school. Because a lot of time parents are, most of the time, I mean, they want to get you out of the house because all you do is stay on a tablet or on a phone and play video games. So I think that coming to an after school that gives you that same option is probably one of the worst things we could do. Plus, I think that when me and Andrew, when we first started here, video games was never an option. It was never an option, and also movies were never an option. So we learned to play different games that were fun. We learned to play board games. We learned to interact or do other stuff that doesn't need technology. So I think that anytime that we could go old school, like if we camping and we don't have electricity, that's the route that we like to take. But that was a very good question. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Next.
My name is Destin, and my question I have for you is, if you had like 30 seconds to think of your dream job, what would it be?
My dream job.
Mhm.
I always wanted to be an architect. I think that art is kind of fun. I always thought about what would it be if I took that route and finished school and went that route and did buildings or homes and stuff like that. So I don't have any regrets, but if I had the chance to give myself a 30-second window to see if I would be a good architect, that would be something that I would definitely look forward to. Great question. Last but not least, go.
My name is Gio, and I'm 9 years old. And
Welcome, Gio.
My question is, what's your favorite type of music?
I like all types of music. I was a DJ for many years, so playing all types of music. But I really like. I'm kind of an R&B type of person. So and when I say R&B, you probably don't know any of the R&B people I'm talking about. But I'm like a Luther Vandross. I'm a Teddy Pendergrass. I'm a Barry White type of person. That's the kind of R&B that I like. So it's kind of like in the 80s and stuff like that. But my daughters are really into it now too, so it's a good thing. Teaching them a little culture, a little bit about the music. Thank you very much, Gio. Good. Three more questions, and then this podcast is over. So give me your name and give me your question, buddy.
My name is John Well, and my question for you is: do you like working on like podcasts?
I love working on podcasts. Before this came about, I was doing other things, but I kind of almost forced my boss to buy me this equipment and told him that I could do it. And the good thing about it is that I proved them that I can. So I think it's yourself, for you guys to listen to it in all these different media outlets that you guys, listen to stuff in, YouTube and what is it, Spotify and all these other places. So I think that it's new technology. I mean, there's almost like having your own voice. So that's a good question.
Can I have
No,
another
no.
question?
All right, let me see what it is.
All right, what's your dream car?
My dream car is a Porsche. I love Porsches. I think that's my dream car. Okay, next, let's go.
Hi, I'm Kiara, and my question is, what inspired you to like?
Is that I'm a very talkative person. So that's the one thing that you have to be. I actually was on what started me, and that's a great question because I'm going to give you the truth. What started me is that I used to play fantasy football. It's like a fantasy game that you play and you kind of make these teams and all that stuff. So I was very good at it. Not to pat myself in the back, but I was. I won 3 championships. I won a lot of money, and sometimes you see me with my rings on. And so somebody stopped me and said, "Hey, I want to do I want to do a radio show about fantasy football. Could you be in it?" And I was like, yeah, whatever. And then they actually called me and they were like, "Oh, we actually put the spot out for you, and could you come down to the radio show and do this radio show?" And I was like, "Oh, okay, whatever, I'll do it." They were like, we'll bring you food and all that stuff. So they did. and drinks obviously, and we started talking, and it was really really. I thought it was gonna be difficult, but it was really easy for me to do the podcast. It was supposed to be 20 minutes, and I say podcast, it was a radio show actually. The radio show ended up being about an hour and 40 minutes. So from 20 minutes to an hour and 40 minutes, and it was just, we just kept on and kept on and kept on talking, and it was funny, and they were like, yo, you've never done this before? And I was like, no. And they were like, you're a natural, that you should look into it. So after that, I just, started doing a little research, and I think that I stuck with the podcast. And that's how I actually started. I think that the actual show is still on Apple. I'll give you a link one day and put it up. But it's a very funny show. Thank you. That was a great question. And last but not least, the anchor. She's here. She got the last question. You got the last word. Give me your name, your age, and what you got for me.
My name is Anne Marie, and I'm 10. And the question I have for you is, how many views do you get each day?
How many views do I get each day? Yeah. It changes because I normally edit the podcast on Fridays, and I post them on Fridays. I used to try to do it on Thursdays so I could have a little more leeway, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, so I could have like the weekend for people to find me and listen to it. But now I do it on Fridays because that's the only time I have. So usually on Fridays is the most views, Fridays and Saturdays and Sundays, just because people are listening to it at when they're not at work, or when they're driving, or when they're washing the dishes and stuff like that. So Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday it kind of goes down a little bit. But as of right now, because I check every single day, we have 11,267 listeners. We have 48 states. We still got 2 states that are holding out on me, or 1 state. I think we have 49 states. We have 1 state that's holding out on me. And then we have 89 different countries. So we have tons of countries that are listening, throughout the world. So it's pretty exciting.
Wait, all right. So my question is, the 1 state that you said is like not listening.
I think it's Montana. If you wanted to know the name,
yeah, that's
it's Montana. I've actually called them too. I've called them. I've reached out to them. I went on the internet. I called my boss. My boss knows somebody in Montana, and
it didn't give you anything.
And nothing. I don't even get a feedback. I don't even get a listen. So it's hard. I think that that's also maybe podcasts are not big in Montana. That's mountain country. I mean, I thought Alaska was gonna be hard, and Alaska was easy. But that's like wilderness, and they're in the woods out there. Maybe it was just being off the grid, and people don't have internet. It could be all that stuff. So one of these days, I'm gonna have to go to Montana myself and just listen to it, so I could get the last
They might
one.
not be able to like have a phone and listen.
No. I reached out to
have a phone, but
I reached out to the Boys and Girls Club over there. There's a Boys and Girls Club, and I reached out to them, and I was like, "Hey, you want to do something together? Y'all could call in and all that stuff," and it didn't happen.
And
but,
like.
Yo,
they don't have the surface and stuff.
Yeah, it could be all that stuff. Well, thank you very much. Some of the questions were good, some of the questions were bad, but we'll see. I'm gonna post it up tomorrow. Thank you very much for everyone trying. And here we go.
Check 1 2 1 2 check.
Y'all gotta brush up on your interviewing skills.